This is a Social Security update. Got some important updates to share with you. Social Security may have a big change coming soon, and it's not a good one. I'll let you know what it says there. A poll was done of whether or not the government should cut Social Security. I'll let you know what was said by Americans. And when it comes to the debt ceiling, looks like Kevin McCarthy keeps trying to meet up with President Biden, but Biden not responding, and the debt ceiling crisis continues. I'll let you know what Kevin McCarthy says about that and give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more daily, straight-to-the-point updates on matters that financially matter to you. So, most oppose Social Security Medicare cuts. No surprise there. Just wanted to share this poll with you. So, most adults are opposed to proposals that would cut into Medicare or Social Security benefits. No surprise there. It's pretty obvious, but basically the blue means in favor, the orange means oppose, and the gray means neither. So if you can't see, basically increasing taxes on households earning over $400,000 a year to pay for Medicare. The blue wins there, majority is there. And then raising the eligibility age for Medicare benefits from 65 to 67, 70% oppose that. Increasing Medicare premiums, 67% oppose that. Raising the eligibility age for Social Security benefits from 67 to 70, for Social Security. All right, so 75% oppose that. And then reducing the size of Social Security benefits, 79% disapprove that. So looks like majority of Americans are pro Medicare, Social Security, and not being cut and not raising the age. So that's the latest poll there, which seems pretty accurate from what has been said, and it looks like politicians may or may not get the message there. It looks like there may or may not be cuts as well. So I'll keep you updated on that. And then also Social Security as a whole, without even changing anything, Social Security benefits could be cut by 20% starting in 2034, officials say. So we've heard this, that there could be cuts. That's 9 years away. But what about now? A big change may be coming to Social Security, and it's not a good one. So many seniors on Social Security rely on their monthly benefits to keep them afloat. A reduction in revenue could force Social Security to change the way it pays benefits, leaving seniors with less money to count on. Excuse me. So, Social Security's financial prospects don't look good, and it looks like a change needs to happen. So boosted savings could help compensate. Basically what it's saying here is in their most recent report, Social Security trustees projected that the program's trust funds will be empty by 2034. That's a year earlier than what the trustees called for in 2022. Once there's no money left in Social Security's trust funds to tap, benefits could be reduced to the tune of 20%. That's a massive cut for current and future retirees to absorb. Basically, what it's saying here is to put more money in your savings account. So meanwhile, today's workers have an opportunity to boost their savings ratings and attempt to build up strong IRAs and 401ks to make up for potential Social Security cuts. So that advice may help someone like me, maybe about 30 years away from retirement. But what about people who are 5 years away from retirement, or 10 years away from retirement? May not be too helpful, but yeah, just wanted to let you know what's going on there. And then don't expect standoff over debt limit to end anytime soon. So when it comes to the debt limit crisis, looks like the deadline may or may not be in June. We heard that it was a few months ago, and we've reached the debt ceiling. It either needs to be raised or the U.S. goes into default. So Kevin McCarthy says he's very concerned he won't reach a deal to raise the debt ceiling because Biden never wants to meet. So Kevin McCarthy said he's very concerned and he won't reach a deal to raise the debt ceiling. He blamed the lack of progress on Biden's unwillingness to meet and negotiate a deal, but Biden has been adamant that Congress must pass a clean debt ceiling bill without spending cuts. So I understand that Kevin McCarthy wants to meet with President Biden, but it's more or less more of a Congress issue, not so much a presidential issue. I could see how President Biden could control the Democrats and say, "Hey, you guys do this," but really, it's more of a Congress bill that needs to be made, and then we haven't seen any legislation. Not official legislation for the debt ceiling to be reached, or any agreement or anything public at all. We've kind of been kept in the dark. But take a look at what Kevin McCarthy has to say.
We will destroy the dollar. And we will see inflation, the likes of which we can't even imagine. I mean, in some sense, it's a homegrown issue.
It is. And the only place you can create inflation, Milton Friedman told us that, is government. Government overspending.
Right.
It's what the Democrats did when they had the majority, spent roughly $6 trillion extra dollars. Now we're in a problem, especially within a debt ceiling. And you know where I am on this debt ceiling. We want to be rational, responsible. We've got to raise the debt ceiling, but we've got to curve our spending. And the way you got to go about doing that, you look at the Congressional Budget Office, the current report that comes out, in the next 3 years, or next 10 years, you're going to pay $10.5 trillion in interest only. And since the last 80 years, since 1940, we've only paid $9 trillion in interest. I mean, he is spending at a level in a 50-year average we have not seen. But at the same time, when you look at the revenues, thanks to a lot of work you did in the last administration, we have more revenue coming in to government than at any time in the history of America. From a percentage of GDP as well, 20%. Only 2 other times have that happened. But we've got a real spending problem we've got to tackle.
Well, so that leads directly, I mean, I thought your most recent letter to President Biden to have a meeting, a second meeting, on the debt ceiling and the associated spending cuts. So he's not responded yet. But your letter, I mean, I loved it. First of all, you've got H.R. 1, the Lower Energy Cost Act, which is terrific. Okay, and we're grateful that you did it on our show, and Steve Scalise did it too. You've got, let's claw back some of the unused COVID spending. Let's put work requirements back in. Was a bipartisan issue 25 years ago. But Biden won't respond. He won't respond to perhaps the most important issue, which is spending and inflation. He doesn't want a cup of coffee or a Diet Coke. I thought maybe you two guys could go to a drive-in movie together, but he's not responding. So how is this going to play out?
Well, it's really serious about what he's doing. I started early on February 1st sitting down with him. Let's find ways we can come to an agreement. It's the way our government's designed. He wants to ignore the most important problem right in front of us. And I think at the end of the day, the House will move a bill and pass those things. And when you talk about this, when you look at work requirements, this is something he voted for as a senator. When you look at capping future growth in government, Joe Manchin supports that. When you look at clawing back money that's been appropriated with COVID, but's been sitting dormant for 2 years, that saves the taxpayers like $80 billion. I mean, we could come up with about $3 to $4 trillion in savings, put us onto a better fiscal path. You got, I call it limit, save, and grow. So what you're going to do is you're going to limit the growth of government, right? You're going to save. You're going to claw back some of this money. You're going to grow H.R. 1. You're going to make energy costs lower. You're going to get permitting reform where we're going to build things in America again. We're going to be stronger, and we're going to lower global emissions. I love this fact. If we replaced Russian natural gas for 1 year, 1 year in Europe, we would reduce CO2 emissions by 218 million tons. Wow. So not only would you help the environment, you'd make America stronger, but you'd make the world safer, and we'd curb inflation. All of this is positive. You look what OPEC just did based upon Biden administration policies. We're now weaker because he's attacking energy in America. He's making OPEC stronger, and they're dictating what the price is going to be.
So you might move your own bill. You've been doing that.
Yes.
And you've been getting bipartisan support despite what the mainstream media is predicting. I had Newt Gingrich on, former Speaker Newt Gingrich on last night. Take a listen to what he said, please.
86% of the bills which have passed the House this year got Democratic votes because Speaker McCarthy has been maneuvering to make sure that we bring up things the American people actually want.
Yeah.
Now, the left can't do that because they don't have anything the American people want.
All right.
It's a very interesting moment in American history.
So I think that's an important point, that you are getting Democrats on your legislation. Yeah. And it is pro-growth legislation. So can we say you're looking, if Mr. Biden won't talk to you, you're just going to drive through your own proposal for the debt ceiling?
Yeah, it's too important. You understand this, and the economy and where America's at. We're focused on the economy. How do we make America stronger? And we're not going to sit around. I want to work with this president, but apparently he doesn't want to work on it. So we will send a package over to the Senate. I do not believe just raising the debt ceiling is going to help America. No. You've got to have some fiscal reforms at the same time. I think everybody believes that we have spent too much money. This is our moment in time to do it. And I'm having Democrats on the other side of the aisle, just like on all 86% of our bills, are talking to me and agreeing with that.
What are your thoughts on Kevin McCarthy? Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, my name is Bella. This is the tip of the day. If you make a mistake, then it's okay. You learn from your mistake, it makes you a better person. So it's okay. It's okay. We still love you. We like you a lot. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. Hopefully you're having a great Easter weekend. For all the Jewish people out there, happy Passover. It was a few days ago. But yeah, we're going to go over to my family's house for Easter. Going to spend the night there and have some good family time and stuff. Hopefully you have a good Easter. Let me know, what are your plans? Let me know down in the comments below if you're doing anything fun for Easter or just staying home. Anyways, hopefully you have a great rest of your weekend. If you want to check out any of my other videos, click right up here. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.